Hey soul seers, welcome to ABC Tarot Reads. Wait a second, let me just adjust the mic. Yeah, I think it's in a good place now. So, um, yeah, let's start with your collective read, right? So, what are the advisories that we give in the start of the read? Yeah, this read is for entertainment purposes only, and man, I'm so done giving an advisory. Just go down in the description box and read the fucking warnings, all right? If you aren't 18, don't come here. That's it. Anyways, so welcome to Tarot Reads. Welcome to my collective Tarot Reads. I'm Abyss here. Today I'll be, taking you down taking you down a tale, taking you down a story that has definitely repeated itself in history and will continue to repeat itself again in our future, right? Just like the Ouroboros serpent. And tonight's story might have some messages for you, or this might be your story, or might be someone else's story, for whomever you are asking for. Connect to this reading in a mindful manner. That's the reason why this entire read is gonna be a 1 hour read or something. Because, yeah, just think about whoever you think this reading could be about, or think about yourself, right? And do connect to this read in that sort of way. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. I don't know why I wanted to connect to my Ishtadev or Shivji. He's my, like, I've been praying to this. I've been praying to him since childhood, and I don't know, for some reason I just wanted to remember him before the read started. So I don't know, could be something. Wow, we have the world in reverse. Interesting. I was about to say we could have yeah, I was about to say we are could be something related to where you are trying to ground yourself. The world in reverse is basically like get out of the internet, buff. Yeah, we have mother of wands in reverse in the back of the deck. So basically, the start itself is about, it's shocking. The story itself starts on the note of someone detaching from this world, or because we have mother of wands in reverse in here, this is telling me somebody who is addicted to pleasure. I won't necessarily call mother of wands or the queen of wands as a hedonistic creature, right? But this reminds me of an individual who makes rice wine, farmers, especially in the rural areas. You know what farmers do is that they'll keep a separate, they'll keep some rice for themselves, obviously to feed their family. And what they'll do with the remaining rice is that they will turn that rice into rice wine. And most of the rice wine isn't sold in public. What happens is that what they'll do with that rice wine is that they'll keep it for their own traditions, because most of these farmers come from tribal lands and tribal regions. At least at least from my hometown, some of these farmers used to come from these tribal regions, right? And they would have their own traditions related to wine, alcohol, celebrations, stuff, this and that. So, and they're often very scared to even like sell rice wine, because it can be become illegal anytime, anywhere. So yeah, it's kind of the same way marijuana as a herb is in certain places in Nepal, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a very ungrounded energy, but I'm also getting somebody who is basically making or creating pleasure for themselves, and then getting lost in that pleasure. Um, Almost like someone who I'm getting affinity. So someone who doesn't has that affinity. Okay. So I'm getting somebody who is okay. So I'll just say the story in my head, but the story is I'm getting. So there used to be an old lady, um, when I was a kid, like growing up, there used to be this old lady who would live with her husband. She was a farmer, right? And like there used to be these secret tribal festivals that these tribal people used to hold in their houses, right? And so rice wine is like their how do I say this? Like their um, own little taboo. Not a taboo, it's kind of like wait a second, let me switch off that flash. Mm. Now it's a little bit better. Yeah. So tribal people have like this tribal people have like these festivals, right? Where they will secretly invite people, not secretly invite people, but they'll secretly have their rice wine in there. So I, as a kid, I had like the luxury of not being invited to their houses, but definitely I had the luxury of tasting some of that rice wine. So, yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting in here. I'm seeing that somebody is drowning into the pleasure that they have created for themselves. Somebody is drowning into or they don't have that much affinity. Like, it's like they cannot. Um, it's almost giving me that somebody can't drink the amount of alcohol their brewery is producing out of their what is that called? What is an alcohol brewery called? Confectionery? No, refinery. Forgot. But yeah, like I'm just seeing that somebody is drinking so much alcohol, or they are so much. I don't know. They are very addicted to their own music. They are addicted to their own writing. They are addicted to their own art. They are addicted to something that they create. And the thing is, their body itself doesn't has that sort of affinity. Yeah, now it reminds me of that movie. I think its name was, I don't know, I think its name was Black Swan or something like that. Um, yeah, I think. In that movie, what happens is that the heroine of that movie, she ends up embodying the character of that swan, white swan and black swan, to the point that she at the end of the movie she perishes along with the uh, story, like she goes into the character to the point and extent that she herself, like the perfectionism, how do I say this, like she tries to perfect that character to the point and extent that she ends up turning into this um, she ends up turning into this character, or she ends up almost feels like she's possessed by something, um, and then she perishes along with the story. It's how do I say this, it's almost giving me like selling your soul type of energy. Yeah, like somebody is so engrossed in their own stories, in their own drama, that they, or their own fiction, that they, hmm, that they tend to forget themselves, or they don't realize how much they are putting their own health at risk because of the limitations that um, because of the, like, it's almost like they are breaking the limitations of their body, and they are not realizing how much it's affecting them. Son of Wands upright, the Chariot in reverse. Hmm. The World in reverse and the Son of Wands upright. Again, this is somebody who has forgotten. Yeah. This seems like someone who has, now I don't know why I'm getting that. Oh yeah, it reminds me of that song by BTS. I think its name, the name of that song is also Black Swan, I guess. But what I'm seeing in here is that it's it's being lost in the, I don't know, I'm getting being lost in the boldness of an expression. Like, I don't know why I'm getting like, now I'm getting like really fierce energy. Like, I'm getting like, you know how there are some very fierce dance forms that have the potential to break someone's bones or something like that. For example, ballet, right? It's a very beautiful dance form, it's a graceful dance form, but it's sort of like it can, yeah, like this, like this expression of self can take toll to the, like, can take toll on someone's body. That's what I'm getting in here. Like, I'm seeing that somebody is basically, they are doing something as a hobby, and not even as a hobby, I don't know why I'm getting kind of like somebody does something that involves them in taking massive initiatives, or it involves in them being very proactive, something around the lines of like it involves them to be very bold, to express themselves boldly, right? I'm almost getting like, like a politician who is shouting loudly in the mic, and it's almost like their world revolves around um, shouting on the mic only. It's, wait a second, what is this? What is this? Why, Lord, I don't. Hmm. That's what I'm getting in here. I feel like, here it is. Somebody is like they're lost in an expression. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting somebody who's lost in the dance, who's lost in the rhythm, somebody who's lost in the movement, somebody who's lost in the motion. They're so lost in the fierce expression of their being that it's almost like they can't see the path in front of them, or they are unable to see what's going on in front of them. It's as if the wind is moving them. It's not like they are moving themselves, it's as if the wind is moving them. It's almost like the you're I'm getting that, like, not a quote, but it's sort of an expression. You are being taken to where the wind goes, almost like somebody's being taken by the wind, or almost like their soul or their body moves with the motion of the wind, and nothing can be done for them anymore. Like, it's like they are not guiding their body anymore. The motions of It's almost giving me like whatever motions, whatever song. Okay, I just don't like this. Whatever motions or whatever song this person is, whatever rhythm this person is dancing to, Yeah, it's not the person controlling that dance movement anymore, it's the rhythm that is controlling their motion. That's what I'm getting in here. All right. Okay, so what's, oh, two of cups in reverse. All right, we have nine of wands in here. I don't know why I'm getting very rich energy. So, hmm, the wheel of fortune is here. Okay, so the fate aligns with it, I guess. The destiny is taking them somewhere. So, two of cups in reverse. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like whoever this individual is, I don't know, it almost gives me like they have left their relationships behind, they have left their people behind, they have left everyone and everything that they or that they considered sacred, or that is often, it's almost giving me a sacred connection, but it's also like, also giving me something that is connected to the sacred, to the divine almost. So it's almost like they are leaving that behind. I don't know why. It almost gives me like they are leaving that shelter behind. They don't want to sit in that comfort zone anymore. There are these deep relationships that aren't working out anymore. I don't know what this is. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm getting a like I'm getting dance. I'm seriously getting dance. I'm getting rhythmic motions. I'm getting a lot of acrobatics, a lot of energy that is being put into this. Um, Whatever this is, this can be a form of expression. Um, I'm getting music, dance, rhythm, whatever this is. I feel like, but this person isn't dancing. That's what I'm saying. This person isn't dancing to other people's rhythm, they're dancing to their own rhythm. This person is not affiliated with anybody else other than themselves. That's what I'm getting in here. Nine of wands upright. Yeah, they're striving, they are trying to make it all work for themselves. I'm getting they are giving up. I think it's kind of like they're giving up on relationships because, or they're giving up. I'm getting sour. What's sour? Something, I don't know what it is. It's okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, I feel like they're giving up on I don't know. Um some sort of, I'm getting extrinsic relationship, or um they're sort of giving up. Yeah, exactly, they are leaving behind a relationship. I'm getting metal. All of a sudden I'm getting a metal band or something like that. So it's almost like they're leaving behind a metal band, or they're leaving behind the, yeah, I'm getting the playlist all of a sudden. So they're kind of leaving behind the, um they're leaving behind the group stuff. They're trying to make it all out on their own, because I'm seeing nine again and again in the back of the deck. Yeah, it's almost like this person wants to make it out on their own, and they're leaving behind whatever is not serving them. Again, I'm getting like they're leaving behind external validation, and they are, I don't know, maybe there used to be a relationship where, maybe because I think there is something in here about a relationship that was either taking a lot of external validation for them, or required them to, yeah, or required them, like I feel like they were connected to an individual who was, their external, who was their source of validation, right? And yeah, nine of cups in reverse, it's like they're leaving that behind. They're leaving that um, validation behind. They don't need any more external, they don't need external validation anymore. Okay, that's a lot of cards that just came out. Ten of Cups in reverse. Nine of Wands upright. Three of Pentacles upright. Daughter of Cups upright. Hmm. Okay. So what I'm getting in here is that I'm getting neither are they independent nor are they being sourced by somebody else. They are all on their own. They are all on their own. They have been doing this for from scratch, and they will keep continuing to make it out on their own. Something like that is here. They'll keep continuing to make it out of their own passion, out of their own um, I'm getting they have surrendered themselves to divine hope, almost like they have left it all to God. Something like that is here. Yeah. What is this? They've sort of, yeah, they're leaving it all behind. I'm almost getting like they're leaving this connection, this family members, whoever these people were that were, sort of giving them this external validation. Again, I'm getting metal band again and again. So something around the lines of they have this family of metal band members, or they have this family with a group of I don't know why I'm getting metal again and again, but almost metal reminds me of Saturn as well. So it could be like long term family members, long term friends, long term connections. It's almost as if this individual is leaving that behind. They're leaving them all behind, um, to strive forward for themselves. Yeah, to I'm getting to vouch for themselves, to I'm getting to stand upright for themselves, for their own mission, for their own work, for their own help. Yeah. Three of Pentacles, and I'm getting Three of Cups in my head for some reason. So yeah, almost like they're leaving behind that celebratory lifestyle. Now I'm getting like, mm, it's a very weird thing because I have I accidentally, I did not accidentally buy this. Lord, I just love this oracle, alright. This is Cantigi oracle. I just got it recently. um I was inspired to buy this after watching DPREN and stuff like that. The thing about this oracle is that if you see this, there are these vague pictures on this oracle, and you can always create new like it can just how do I say this, it can light how do I say this, it sort of inspires you to create these images, right? So I really love that deck actually. Yeah, but there's something like, yeah, there's something, I don't know, whenever I see Cantigi deck I get this very ecological inspired deck, or almost like it gives me an idea of some very um not ecological, but almost like a very clean sort of life, right? Because Candiji Oracle is a lot about saving nature, saving environment, stuff like that. So yeah, if you see the back of this deck, I'll just show you. Candiji is a song that earth sings. It's the spell it weaves, the enchantment it whispers, an invitation to deepen into ourselves, come home to the place within the living earth, and exist in right relationship with the natural world. So it's a lot about being natural and all, right? So what I'm getting in here is that somebody is like, yeah, they are leaving behind a group of people, or they're leaving behind a group of connections that are always addicted to something else or the other. Because I feel like they're learning to listen to themselves. They're changing their perspective, they're learning to listen to themselves. This person, I think, yeah, going forward, they are pretty much I'm getting notifying. So yeah, I'm getting like the people to whom it's almost like they are I don't know, they're almost like, how do I say this? They don't, they no longer feel that need to um, I won't say talk to people, but it's almost like they don't feel that need to, like, um, go out and reach out to people again and again. It's almost like they have already done enough of that. Now they will be notifying people, or now they will be trying to um, send a notice to people so that these people can come work for them or something like that. I don't know why I feel like someone felt like they had to bend themselves, or they had to, turn into this um, party boy, party girl. They had to like leave behind the um, grind and just, focus on partying to connect with other people, or to get good connections or something. I don't know what it is, but it's almost like this person is just saying that, yeah, I'm leaving it all behind. I'm moving forward. I don't want to do this anymore. Moving forward, I'm basically striving for collaborating with with these people. I will not be available in these parties anymore. I'll be sending notifications to these people to meet me. I won't be going out there and like sending invites to them myself. Instead, I'll just start posting notifications for them, or instead I'll just notify them through an email or something like that is here. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting judgment and reverse in my head. This is Eight of Wands upright. So yeah, I'm getting kind of like whoever it is, maybe it is you, and if it is you, you may have this um idea of a judgment free zone, or you want to get out of that judgment, like you don't want to live in that judgment any longer, where people are not always but often striving to, be something, to look like a certain kind of thing or something like that. And yeah, I'm also getting like it may make other, like it's almost like you are moving towards a judgment free zone. The so-called judgment free zones that required you to party all the time, or that required you to look like a certain way, or that required you to, be a certain person. I feel like, yeah, you are basically moving away, moving ahead, to be a person of your own. And basically I'm seeing that you're like, reminding your, I'm getting you're learning to remind yourself the important dates and events, participating with family, giving more time to yourself, taking care of yourself. So it's almost giving me almost something, I feel like this is something that you instinctually want, or something that you have always felt like um receiving in, like it's almost like you're listening to your heart these days. It's almost giving me like um you are going along with the nature, you're trying to move with the heart of the universe or something like that. Yes, it's also giving me like the daughter of cups and the eight of wands came in here. So it's almost giving me like maybe you might have an idea about this, or maybe you're feeling like this right now. And that feeling is basically the start of you, like it's, I think you're starting to, change your perception regarding these so-called judgment free zones, and trying to reach out to the actual judgment free zones, which don't you and yeah, which don't necessarily judge you for, you know trying to be something. It's, I just feel like this so many egoic labels and so many egoic patterns going on around your previous family circle, long term relationships, whatever it was. Um, that now, when it's time for you to start working with other people, you're kind of like, looking back into these people, looking back into your past, and you're realizing that you actually came from a very judgmental zone rather than a judgment free zone. And it's almost making you remind yourself, you know, what is this card? Tower. Yeah, it's almost like this. It's almost making you, it's remind yourself that you are not whatever these people told you you were, and almost like turning your back to these people so that you can focus more on yourself, on your work, on your, yeah, I'm almost getting a lifetime journey or something like that is here. Damn. I don't know. I'm getting like, I won't say twisting your hands, but almost giving me an energy where somebody is um, not twisting hands, but almost like um, hiding, yeah, hiding tricks. What is that? Hiding hands. Is that what is that idiom? Hiding, hiding hands or what? Hiding tricks in hands. Um, yeah, I don't know. Um, Wait, let me see what comes out for you guys in here. Okay, the eternal child is here. All right. Yeah, again, see, I'm telling you, right? It's like I just feel like, yeah, you're listening to yourself these days, or you're just turning your back to people who aren't meant for you, or who make you feel not bad about yourself, but almost like who don't make you, who judge you, or almost, it's almost not judge you, it's almost like who ill treat you, yeah, who treat you really badly, and you're leaning into your inner child, you're listening to yourself. Yeah, it's like pretty much going towards a very positive energy, guys, whoever you are. So, congratulations on that one, right? Yeah. So the eternal child is connected to the timeless, ageless, infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else, and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body. Yes, that's what I'm saying, right? Like it struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The eternal child wants to nix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return to the land of free. Almost gives me like, I won't say this is not Peter Pan syndrome, but it's mostly like listening to the inner child, listening to what the inner child actually wants. Do you want to go and play on the seesaw? Do you want to go and play on the slides? Well, you should try it once, even though you are a grown ass adult now. Yeah, these are like some things, almost like where it wants to return to the land of free, where dine and wine and creativity pour from earth and sky. Almost reminds me of Dionysus for some reason. Yeah, we all want a sip from the well eternal youth. This makes the inner child naturally popular, perhaps even famous here, and the inner child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible. Exactly, alright, fine. So, I was getting a lot of heavy metal and all that. So, there's a small note in this book. Celebrity culture is based heavily on this archetype, as this phrase, live hard, die young, and the series of artists and musicians who have died at the age of 27, Lord. Yeah, 27 is one of those ages, right? Like, but before you turn into 30, these people all end up going up to heaven. Anyways, this archetype is so spirited that when its appetite for life is satiated, it seeks spirits and substance elsewhere. The eternal child struggles with addictions of all varieties. I was getting that. I just feel like I'm not saying painful magic, but I'm almost getting like whoever you guys are, I feel like, yeah, you have experienced all of these addictions, this, that, highs, lows, everything else. And now you're like, trying to pay attention to yourself, or you're trying to, put yourself in a priority, right? You're trying to give priority to yourself. Yeah, because the ocean in here talks about, I don't know why, but I'm getting yeah, like this card itself, it reminds me of, like, how some people say that the ocean is made up of, like, there is like this phrase, the ocean is made from a goddess, from the teardrops of a goddess, right? Yeah. Um yeah, I don't know why, but that's what I'm getting in here. Like, I just feel like all those years of, I think all those tears, all that pain, all that suffering, or I don't know, like it's almost like you're trying to connect to that inner child within you, or you're trying to connect to that. Um, I won't say suffering. I would more rather say that you're trying to connect with those emotions. What were those reasons because of which you cried the last time? What was that reason because of which you cried the last time? Did you actually look into it? Did you actually check it? Did you actually analyze it? Or did you just go like, yeah, I cried because, for example, I still remember, some like there was this person, right? They were crying, they were in the club and they were crying after getting high and everything else. And when asked why they are crying, they just started saying that this person beated me, that person beated me. But actual reason why this person started crying was because they were so lonely, right? They were so alone. They were in that club, they were all alone, there was nobody else with them other than themselves, to hold themselves, right? And it almost gave me that energy, right? Like, this person is crying, but it's like they are, like, when you don't try to understand the reason why you're crying, you hold on to vague reasons of your sadness, when your sadness actually holds a lot, like it's like, she, like, yeah, she might tell herself every single day that it was because this person beated me. She might blame this person for beating her. But in actual reality, the reason why she was so sad to the point that she started crying was because she was lonely. She was alone. She didn't have anyone else in there, right? So it's almost like there are a lot of deeper reasons why we cry. There are a lot of deeper reasons why we feel sad about something, right? And I feel like you're moving into that energy where you're just trying to, step into. It's not like, yeah, see, I'll just read this, all right? The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. That's what I'm getting. Like, to like, it's almost like these emotions that were unknown to you for such a long time, your own loneliness that you could have been masking for a very long time, or whatever this is, whatever unconscious emotion this is. It's almost like this card is right here. It's like, how I interpretate this energy or this story is like, because, there's ocean, there's this daughter of cups in here. I feel like somebody is finally sitting down to interpretate, not interpretate, but almost like to feel themselves. They are sitting down to process themselves, they're sitting down to feel what they are actually feeling. And instead of giving any reasons, instead of blaming 100 people around them and giving reasons, or instead of even blaming themselves, they're just sitting and feeling what this feeling actually feels like, what loneliness actually feels like, what hurt actually feels like, what pain actually feels like, what heartbreak feels like, what betrayal feels like. It's like this person is sitting in those emotions. They're trying to, like, um, I was telling you, right, with the world card upright in reverse, and yeah, I've almost got like grounding energy. Yeah, like, I won't usually consider world card upright as an ungrounded energy, but it's almost like this person is finally, like, sitting back down. They are pulling back on all those things, all those mischievous things that they used to do, and they are sitting back to rest and perceive life from their own inner self, from their own, inner light, because if you can see this card properly, there's like a sun. I'll just show you. There's like the sun in here, it's their own inner light, their own inner child, right? And that's what I'm getting in here. The ocean represents the unconscious, and you cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, own it. It rejects every attempt of our domination. So almost gives me like this: someone had been ignoring their emotions for a very long time. They were ignoring themselves for a very very long time, right? Yeah, someone. How do I say this? I'm also getting like an energy where somebody was, like they considered themselves to be an XYZ type of person, but later on realize that they are a part of the universe and they are just like everybody else, and they're basically aligning or harmonizing with the people around them. It's like finally they don't feel like they are very separate from the world anymore. They are it's almost like that ego or that identity that they had given to themselves, that they are very different, they are far more unique, they are very they are not like other people, or sort of personality that they had given to themselves. It's almost like their emotions are just coming and telling them, or cracking this person down, because now it's like the power of this their own emotions is so overwhelming. It's like they're realizing that they are way more than, it's not just emotions. I think this is something that I do a lot of times. What I do is that I see the ocean card and I'm like, it's all about emotions, all about emotions, all about water and emotions. I'm not it's not actually all about water and emotions, but what I'm getting in here is that um somebody is finally realizing that they are just like everybody else. Somebody is finally realizing that the people that they blame, the people that they cuss at, the people that they hate so much are like they them, like it's like somebody is realizing that if they were in that person's place, maybe they would have turned out way worse than how much this person has turned out today. If they would have stood in this person's place, they would have turned out to be way different, than how much, than whatever they are today. So it's almost like somebody's finally like realizing that they are more than what their identity or whatever they are identifying themselves as. And it's like everyone can like turn like the person that they hate. It just depends on the circumstances, and these circumstances can sometimes turn us into a very different kind of individual or something like that. Yeah, so I feel like someone is freaking realizing that they are, yeah, I feel like they are holding on to their truth, they're holding on to their lie, to their light. I'm also getting I don't know why I wanted to say Six of Cups all of a sudden when I saw this, but it's almost like they're holding on to their past, right? They're holding on to their sweet emotions, to their truth, to themselves, and they're finally realizing that whatever ego that they had about being this it boy, it girl, whatever they thought they were, whatever identity they had married to, they're just realizing that they're just realizing that they are the same as other people. Like almost like it's like the same people whom they used to hate so much, the same people whom they used to love so much, they are realizing that they can also become like them, or there is not much difference between them and the other person in front of them. It's just this underlying belief that they had been believing in them, like it's just the belief that they had been telling themselves about. And somebody is finally they are realizing that life is not all about blame game, rage baits. It's more than that. It's like understanding that some people are like that because of their own perception, because of the way they were brought up, because of their life, because of their own struggles, right? And it's like somebody is finally like coming to a realization where they are understanding that not everybody can turn out like them. Not everybody can turn out like the way they turned out. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody is finally, I think, yeah, somebody is finally realizing um, a whole, like, they are realizing how much, they are realizing the spectrum of human experience. That's what I'm getting. Like, they are finally realizing that everybody can become like this person, everybody can turn out like this person if circumstances where if similar sort of circumstances happened in their life as well. So somebody is like learning that lesson, they are listening to themselves, they are finally realizing that they can be like, there is no point in judging other people when in the end of the day other people are made from their own circumstances and we just can't. And it's like, it's not like we can't judge them, but it's almost like there's no point in forming or basing our morals or ethics on judging someone, right? And someone is finally going to that no judgment zone where they are finally realizing that anybody can turn into an extreme person if the circumstances were um, if the circumstances made them or turned them into a person like that. All right, guys, that is it for the reading today. I don't know why I think I wanted to pick some is a vibe cards for you. Let's pull it out. Let's see what comes out for you guys. Uh, I don't know. Because I'm getting is a vibe cards. Yeah, now I'm getting a sort of pain in my heart. Yeah, I'm getting a sort of pain in my chest. Very weird. Um, I don't know why I'm almost like after I pulled my Isa vibe cards, I just started feeling this. I won't say suffocation, but I started feeling this painful energy. Like, yeah, I felt like not painful, but sort of like some heaviness in my energy. I don't know what it is. I think it's kind of like I don't know, maybe it's very hard to vibe with people now. Yeah, I'm getting charity. So it's very hard to be charitable, or I don't know, there's something like, yeah. See, again, is it more is it more important to love or to be loved? And that is coming in reverse, right? Yeah, what is more important? I was getting that, right? I was getting external validation and all that stuff. What's more important? Is it important to be validated, or is it, yeah, that also coming right under the, and I was getting that in this two of cups card, right? Unconsciously I kept the card right under it. So yeah, I'm telling you, right? So it's like you're being asked what is more important. What would you do different if you knew nobody would judge you, right? What would you do differently? What is it that you would try to do? How would you try to connect with other people if you knew that they wouldn't judge you for who you are? And instead of people pleasing, how is it that you would try to connect with them? What is that authentic way with which you would try to connect with those people, right? Yeah, now I'm getting, if you had any superpower, what would it be? And that's coming out in reverse, right? And I don't know, I think need to show you this card as well. What life lesson did you learn the hard way? That is also coming in reverse. So, yeah, almost like, don't be scared to show your superpower, or don't be scared, or don't be afraid to show your potential, or don't be afraid to yeah, I'm getting like, don't scare away people. That's what I'm getting, like, don't scare away people. I'm getting, life could have taught you something. Like, yeah, I think there is, okay, what I'm getting in here is that, sometimes life, there's a lot of harshness that we all experience in our life, right? We experience, and all of this pain ends up in helping us grow, right? You know how that phrase is for, diamonds, like, a coal turns into a diamond due to high pressure and high temperature, like it turns into a diamond under harsh conditions. That's what I'm getting in here, like, I feel like, what could be this harshness that, I don't know, that was leaned onto you, or almost like not leaned into you, but I think you need to investigate on the harsh ways, or the ways people try to, um yeah, I'm getting, people try to lean on you, or people try to depend on you in a very harsh manner, maybe. I don't know what it is, but it's almost giving me like somebody bullied you to do their homework, and they were actually leaning on you because you were the one who were doing you were the one who were doing their homework, right? But it's also for a fact that this person was, also abusing you at the same time, or bullying you at the same time, right? So I feel like you need to investigate this harshness that you had been, um I'm almost getting injected with, or like you had been imbibed with or imbued with. Yeah, like, what is this harshness with which you have been, um taught certain things, or with which you had been, um, people have tried to hurt you in some manner, right? And because I feel like you might, oftentimes, I'm getting swear by, so I'm getting like somebody has learned the verbal cussing from their parents. Like, their parents used to verbally cuss at them, and now they cuss at everybody else. And it's almost like their parents made it normal, yeah, right? They made it seem very normal, and now this person feels like it's, yeah, their parents made them feel like, verbally cussing people is a powerful move to shut them down. And now this person also believes that being harsh, or verbally cussing people is a powerful move to shut other people down, and, to attain power or something like that. And that's what I'm getting in here. You're being asked to investigate those things. You're being asked to investigate what is it that you are, or you are doing, or you're trying to do, to generate fear in other people, to make them do things for you. you know what is that fear that you try to inculcate in other people? What is that harshness with which you deal with other people, that you have considered as that you consider as a huge superpower, but is basically but is actually abuse disguised in, um yeah, I don't know why I was telling you, right? I was getting like gaslighting and stuff in here. I was, like, not gaslighting, sorry, what was I getting? I was getting like somebody is lying to their, like, they are trying to, push themselves to a limit. Yeah, I was getting that rice wine lady, right? You remember? Like, I'm getting like somebody's trying to, drink a lot of alcohol because they think that that's a very good thing. But is it a good thing? That's a point. That's a question that you need to ask. Or is there a limitation? Is there a limitation to drinking that alcohol? Is do you like is your health allowing you to drink that much alcohol, or should you stop it just now? Like, that's what I'm getting like a very natural approach. I feel like your body is naturally telling you to stop, uh you know I won't say converting, but it's almost like stop eating those addictory foods or stuff like that, because whatever you think is your superpower, almost not superpower, but you thinking, yeah, I'm almost getting, over. Seeing somebody partying a lot, somebody's clubbing a lot, and they feel like, yeah, that's a good thing to do, partying a lot, drinking a lot of alcohol, um, talking badly with your juniors, or verbally abusing your juniors, or your employers, and basically, your employees, and then basically, yeah, like whatever harshness that you're putting on your body, I feel like, yeah, your body is asking you to be a little bit more sensitive to yourself. I'm getting senile and old, so somebody's getting really old, or somebody's getting, um yeah, they are getting fat from eating a lot of carbs, sweets, and everything else. And it's like, before, it was very like not necessary, but back then I feel like, when they were young, they used to think that, getting high on drugs or getting high on drinks was a very huge thing, or something like that. It was a hype. And now it's like their body is just telling them that there is a limit to how much you can go, there is a limit to how much you can do things, there's a limit to how much you can doom scroll on the phone on a daily basis, there's a limit to how much your eyes can perceive uh, this world, right? And what is this harshness that you have normalized on a daily basis, that you think is basically very, you think is a very powerful and empowering move, but is actually, a way of you trying to please other people, or a way of you trying to get external validation from people. Now I'm getting, those girls, not girls, but I'm getting, what is that, how, in the name of female empowerment, so many women started, I won't say it's, like, not started, but it's all right, everything in moderation is fine, right? Like, doing sex in moderation is fine, everything is fine, but it's like, I'm getting like somebody just, started over, like, like they started moving on with, nah, why am I always saying girls and girls when it comes to sex, you know lord. But almost, yeah, it almost reminds, actually reminded me of this, OnlyFans, right? um, there are so many, how do I say this, lord, there are so many prostitutes around the world, who don't get paid for all this. But there are these OnlyFans model who make, like, earn in millions and billions and this and that. And like most of these, like, it's like, how do I say this, and now they are like, like, how do I say this, it's almost like, whatever things that these people used to consider as a superpower, some, it's like, it's, you are not in autonomy of your, oh lord, it's kind of like, why am I going in that complex topic? Okay, I'm just gonna edit this part out, really, I'm going to edit that out. But it's almost giving me that, it's almost giving me that somebody is just trying to, um yeah, somebody thinks that, this kind of, um activity that they used to think was a superpower, or used to feel like it was an empowering thing to do, they are finally realizing that it's all them trying to please other people, right? Like, I how do I say this, I do not believe that you have a sexual autonomy on yourself if you are afraid of expressing your sexual desires and needs, and you're afraid of showing that to the world. Like, if you have to keep on trying to look a certain kind of way to to be sexually fulfilled by someone, or you have to try to, be a certain kind of person to be sexually fulfilled by someone, you're not having that sexual autonomy on yourself, you're just trying to people please, and turn into just like every other girl, or just like that hourglass body again and again, to to experience sexual orgasm, and damn, I'm just not gonna say this. I'm going to edit this out. Yeah, but you okay. Yeah, what is it that you used to consider was a huge superpower, or you used to consider was a very powerful thing for you to do, and now you've just realized that this is not empowerment anymore, but it's more of people trying to people, but it's not anymore, but it's not empowering anymore, it's just people pleasing disguised as empowerment. And you are actually being harsh to your own body, or you are actually being harsh to your own limitations, to your own self in some manner, all right, to your financial, emotional, mental, physical situation. How are you normalizing that harshness towards yourself, while thinking that whatever you're doing is empowering, when it is not even empowering, it's just people pleasing disguised as empowerment. That's what I'm getting in here. Yeah, I think that will be the title of this read: people pleasing disguised as empowerment. Yeah. um yes, soul seers, this is it for the reading today. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.